What's poppin'? Now the anime starts out in this dirty ass room. Check the 2 body pillows under his bed. Caught his ass lacking. Nevertheless, bro's just chilling on his phone when all of a sudden he's facing God. And this happens quick. There was no warning that this man just died. Usually you'd see like a truck or a train before it happens, but nah, this time it was just a selfie. And God's pretty much congratulating him on dying, which in my opinion, this is the first time my man's heard the word congratulations. And she goes on to tell him that he's gonna reincarnate and be overpowered, which once again, I mean, my man died from a selfie. Nevertheless, he ends up reincarnating and becomes the king's son. And at first, things were looking good until they checked his mana, and turns out bro had the same power level as Yamcha, so the king did what any good king would do and disowned his son. But this might be one of the biggest fumbles in anime history, cause the scouter they used to check his mana only went up to 2 digits, but it turns out this man's power level is up to 4, so instead of reading 1002 they just read 2. Like goddamn, imagine being disowned because of a shitty scouter. So now Haruto's chilling in the forest. I forgot to mention his name's Haruto, might as well call him Naruto. And while he's trying to figure out how to use his magic, a fox pulls up. And bro might be a fetus, but he wants all the hands. But honestly, this wasn't even a fight. This was just a one-sided beating. So after the fox surrenders, she's trying to figure out this baby's identity. But the only logical explanation was that he's a demon. And Haruto just ran with it. He said, damn straight, I'm the demon king. And at this point, the fox is convinced. So she's like, I bet, I'm your servant. But this is when things take a turn for the worse. Cause bro still has the body of a baby. So he starts getting hungry. And without hesitation, realizes this is a grown-ass man. Tells her, hey yo, I need some milk. But you'd think she'd just run to the nearest 7-Eleven. No, she said, Haruto-sama, I ain't never had kids. And I quote,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
somebody better call CPS. You know what? F that shit. Somebody better call animal control, cause this bitch needs to be put on a leash. I'm not surprised Twitter was angry. I mean, this is the most out-of-pocket thing I've ever seen in anime. But thankfully, somebody pulled up before there was a case. And the guy pretty much tells the fox that he's Haruto's uncle and he's even got milk. But for some dumbass reason, the fox gets offended saying he only finna get my milk. I've had just about enough of the fox at this point. Like, look at Haruto's face, bruh. He's turning back into an embryo. His ass looks like he's about to get defertilized. But finally, by the grace of God, the fox decides to follow the uncle. So now we get a time skip and Haruto's living the good life. And at first, everything seems normal until you listen to this.
部屋にこもってばかりいないで外で一緒に遊んでもいいのよ
I don't know what it is, but something about that voice don't stick with me. She sound like the type to kidnap her own child. Anyways, we end up fast forwarding and we see Haruto in training. And his dad's ready to put in the work. I mean, this looks like a step above discipline. Bro look like my mother when I got a C on my report card. But they get to fighting and Haruto's putting the works on his dad. And I thought he'd assume his adopted child is a prodigy. Once again, I was wrong. Cause he goes and talks to his wife and they both assume he's a demon. They didn't even assume he was just talented. And even after watching the entire episode, I'm still trying to figure out one thing. Why the f did this man deserve to be overpowered?